Today, I want to talk about why I love Grammarly so much. In fact, a lot of the time I'd feel lost without it. I know that might sound a little bit pathetic, but bear in mind, I'm not affiliated or in partnership at this time with Grammarly. Although any affiliations I do have, or will have, or might have in the future, will only be with companies I actually truly believe in. Now, I really believe in Grammarly. I haven't tried any other apps like this. So let me give you a few examples of why I like Grammarly so much. And it's not that I'm a lazy writer, it's just that I write a lot. So it's easy for me to just forget, make a mistake, because you really need your own work proofread. It's like a social media comment. You'll put it up and you go, hang on a minute, I've spelled that wrong. But Grammarly actually gets into the social media posts as well. Gets into Word. You allow it to get into everything. And that might be a little unsettling for a lot of people. You know, why would you want it to get into your system? Why would you want it to be in everything? Well, because it works. And it's not nasty or vicious. I've never tried to delete it, so I don't know what it would take with it, but I've got no intentions of deleting it. I actually have the full product, but I mean, the free version is fine. I started with the free version for a good few months before deciding on whether or not to get the full product. The full product, it gives you more options, and I suppose that's what I didn't really like about the free version. Yeah, okay, you can use it. It'll tell you give you a few options. It'll point out a few errors, quite a few, but not all of them. It kind of holds back, and it was kind of a weird sort of situation, because I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I've got those corrected, those issues, but what about the others that it's holding back on? It's like playing computer chess. You know, it's the computer could beat you every time. But possibly if you're not a grandmaster or whatever, but it could probably beat you every time. But when you play easy mode on an easy level, it makes mistakes. It doesn't cover everything, when it could quite easily give your ass a whooping. And it's the same, you know, it's a kind of a funny one. So I ended up going the full version. And, well, I haven't looked back. I absolutely love the program. I can't say that enough. You know, it's saved me so much time. I've wrote a lot of books and created a lot of posts. And even doing descriptions for my books for publishing. Okay, what we'll do is we'll look at this email, for example. I've just created something there. Now, here at the bottom of the screen, review suggestions. And there's one there for touring. It wants a full stop at the end of that. And there's one there for stay. It wants a comma. It wants rid of the comma. Or a wild camp. So you've got beg for food, or a place to stay, or wild camp. Well, I want to keep it wild camp. So, and this here's highlight. So what's that? A person can live next to nothing. Now, see, I want on. You see, so you really have to, even though it'll highlight and point things, I still have to make sure that it's not deleting things that I don't want it to delete. You know, so if I just make a simple spelling mistake, it'll highlight it, give me an option to change it, and all I do is click on that. So yeah, you have to really make sure it's not wanting to change. You can't just click on things, but it will give you suggestions. It will change whole sentences if you let it. it'll give you suggestions for that. It will highlight plagiarism. Now, if I go to a Word document and copy that same paragraph, that same sort of introduction to bicycle touring, if you like, it still points out the issues. I don't have to click on a button here. I have a tab on my header here, so I can just click on that to close it and don't use it. Now what you see here is unicycles. So if I click on that, it'll ask me for a comma. Now that's spell check. So sometimes I'll use Grammarly in conjunction with spell check just to make sure there's nothing missed. But they don't both pick up the same things. Grammarly's much more intense. It really gets the issues sorted, whereas Word doesn't really. The spell check in Word really doesn't do that. It's nowhere near as good as Grammarly, but it will point out a few issues. Now, what you have here at the top, you have all issues. So it'll search for all issues. You can have goals. And what's your audience going to be? Correctness. It's got a little issue there. Wild, it doesn't like that. So that's just like one alert. Clarity and engagement. Very engaging, it says. Delivery, just right. And there's a button here for plagiarism. Now looking at my Twitter account, you can see there, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It's much appreciated. Now you can see the mistakes there. I've got channel at the end. I think it created that itself, the Twitter account, as I'm typing it in. It wasn't something that Grammarly would have done. If I open this little red symbol here from Grammarly, has two suggestions, and that's it. So it's thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. It warrants a full stop there. So I'll choose that, and it changes that automatically. It's saying get rid of that channel at the end. Yeah, no problem. And that's that. So you can see how handy it is in my channel pages. So okay, we'll leave it at that. I only wanted to make this a short one, and I think I've made it longer than I needed to. But yeah, I mean, personally, I like Grammarly.